Hello everyone and welcome back to Gabby's Side here on YouTube. I am doing Facecam for the first time on this channel. I do stream with Facecam and I do some other videos with my partner with Facecam, but I haven't done it yet on my channel, so I'm quite excited to do it and I hope you guys like it as well. I thought it makes a little bit of a change. Okay, so here's the build as you might remember it from the last time, and now we are jumping straight into the video. What I did first of all was actually delete all of the empty boxes that we had lying around, and yeah, just started building from then on. I think what took most of the time in this was actually finding items in the game. I don't know about you guys, but I have played The Sims for a really long time now, and I don't know, the items that I use are usually always the same items. So when I'm building something different like a library, for example, it's a little bit challenging to find the exact items that I want, because I know what I want, I just don't know if we have it in the game, and it stresses me out and it takes longer than needed to sort of finish the build. So yeah, that's usually how it goes for me, and that's why it might take a little bit longer for me than some other Sims that you watch to build. I'm just not that experienced in it, I guess. When I used to play The Sims like as a small kid, I never really finished, like I was never a builder really, as far as I remember. Like I probably built a few things, but I never really got that into it. And I used to love to download houses, and I still do. I still love to have a look at you know, sort of go house shopping for my Sims, because I think that's such a nice idea. And you know, when you build your own stuff, it's really rewarding, it's really cool. But then you get into this groove of building a similar style, or just building with things that you know, and then when you download it, you see a completely different and new perspective on how someone's used something, or I don't know, just a different style of a build, you know, things like that. I like that. So either way, what I'm saying I don't know what I'm saying. Either way is okay, guys, you know. Whether you like to build it yourself or download houses, both work well. But yeah, I think just because I haven't had that much building practice on The Sims, it takes me ages to find stuff. And I don't know, for some reason, you know, when I start building things like a library, I have to reference picture a library, because it's as if my mind goes, what's a library? I have no idea what a library looks like. And then I think, come on, we've been to a library God knows how many times. You should know what it looks like on the inside, or at least, you know, have an idea of it. But that's the process that my mind goes through. I'm yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, now we are on the inside. Finally, we are furnishing, because before this I actually had to make the actual lot a little bit bigger. A lot of that I cut that out because it was just, you know, sort of playing around with it for ages and sorting out the measurements and whatever else. So now we are finally finishing. This is the front sort of reception desk that I'm building right now. I hope it looks like a front reception desk. Again, I had to reference picture a reception desk basically, because I know for some reason I forgot exactly what that looked like. So yeah, I don't know, I think it's, you know, the inside I would describe it as quite modern and sleek. There's definitely that contrast between the traditional with, you know, some of the wallpaper that we use that you guys have seen already, and then this sort of more modern grey brick and the light wood. It's very light inside, and to be honest, I like that, because when I was thinking of a library, you know, the sort of image that I had in my head were those really you know, like the older libraries, I guess, I don't know, like old libraries that have really dark wood, and they look really sort of musky. Like that's the best word I I can think of to describe a library. And sometimes I don't mind that. Like it's quite nice to go to a library that feels old, because I don't know, I just love, I mean, I love books as it is. So going to a library for me is always sort of exciting in a way, because you know, especially the really old books that you can just like touch. And okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe this sounds crazy, but I'm sure there's someone out there as well that absolutely loves books as well that will know what I mean by that. So yeah, so I mean, those libraries are nice, but I just thought that usually libraries nowadays sort of have a mix, especially because they try to be more catering towards like families and little kids and different age groups as well. And I also think that perhaps it's changed because now, you know, I don't know, maybe they don't get as many like younger people going to the libraries anymore. So I feel like for them it's more important to make it you know, just easily accessible for everyone and things like that. So well, that's my idea anyway. That's what I think. But yeah, I mean, let me know, guys. Maybe there's a library near you that's really traditional and, you know, has been around for years and years. I mean, that's also really amazing. So yeah, so anyway, we're moving on a little bit now. We created a little seating area. Now we're on another seating area. But I thought, you know, that makes sense. People take a book and they sit down and read it. So why not get some seats in here? I also use those trash chutes that you guys just saw. I use them to try to create sort of like a book return area, basically. So a lot of the time in the libraries now, you no longer have to hand in the book personally to someone. You just put it into like a little, well, exactly, it kind of looks like a trash chute actually. But where I went to university, the library there, it was sort of like it was also like a hatch that opened, you put the book through, and it's like a conveyor belt that takes it across. So what I imagine, sort of my imagination here, was at work with the trash chute, as you can tell. So I thought maybe they can put the books through there and then it goes downstairs, because there's no space behind that. It's only a staircase behind that. So I thought maybe they go down to the basement where they sort the books, and then it goes back upstairs and gets returned to the shelves. So that was sort of my process with it, and yeah, I don't know, it works. Here we are now approaching the kids area. Oh my goodness, this was such a headache. It took me a really long time to know what I wanted to do, and I don't know why. Now that I'm looking at it again, I just think, why did that take me so long? I really, on The Sims and in general, to be honest, I really like to overcomplicate things for myself. You know, when a normal person would look at this little corner and they say, yeah, just put some chairs in there, you know, make it kid friendly, and off you go. And here I am, like, trying something that I knew wouldn't work, but I was like, nope, I want to do it. So I have no words. I have no words. And that takes me a while, but I actually wanted to leave this part in because, yeah, I think a lot of us are in that same boat. Sometimes it just, on The Sims especially, you just can't get things to work. And in this sort of area, I would have loved to use a curved wall to separate the little, like, tower part of the building for the kids. And I think curved walls are so fun. I looked up a lot of like modern library references, and I found a lot of like curved walls and sort of the bookcases forming around the walls, let's say. And I don't know, I thought that was so fun, and it looked really modern and crisp, and also a bit groovy, you know, crisp and groovy. So yeah, and then I added carpet for some reason, and then I thought, no, I don't know, guys, I'm disappointed in myself. The reason is I try to make my builds quite realistic as much as I can, you know. So I was like, well, carpet would not make sense in a community lot where, you know, children especially would spill things and goodness knows what. So I do add a little rug in there, but that's about it. There's no carpet or anything. So, and there's not that many things for kids to do here. There is only an activity table and the books as well. But my thought process is that, of course, here they can use the activity table and the books, like they can read the books, and then maybe outside I will create more of a children's playground. So, you know, if you take your kids with you, they've at least got a few activities. But yeah, I mean, they'll have plenty to do, I think, as it is. I didn't want to make it all about the kids, but also I didn't want to forget the kids. You know, this is what was going through my mind. And actually, I was recording this. I started this on the Sunday, and it's gonna go up today on the Monday. So I got home today, and I thought, okay, I need to finish this. And so I finished the downstairs today. But on Sunday when I was building this, and this is still the Sunday recording, I nearly lost my mind. You know, I was like, to my partner, I just said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, you know. And he was like trying to help, like, well, just, you know, lots of colors. And so I was experimenting, but then I gave up at some point, and I just went to bed. I was like, I'm done with it, I'll come back to it tomorrow. So that's what I did. And now this part of the recording is the one that I did today. So yeah, I think sometimes, you know what, guys, the lesson that we've learned here is, if it doesn't work, just leave it. If things don't work, don't force it. that's my wisdom. That's my wisdom for the day. And I love how the kids area came out in the end. So I think that worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, it's coming along, guys. It's coming along. I'm sorry that this part was so long, but I think sometimes watching people struggle in The Sims is part of the fun, to be honest. So that's my justification anyway. So yeah, let me think. What is the library? What does it have? Basically a lot of bookcases. A lot of bookcases, seating area as well. And I also added a sort of barista espresso bar. That's what it's called. I don't know if that will work. I think you will have to hire someone in case you want someone to make coffee. But, you know, your Sims can use that anyway, I think. So it's just there if you want it, guys. You don't have to use it. But a lot of the libraries that I've been to in the UK usually have a cafe. Now I live in the Netherlands, and the one that I've been to close to us, I don't think has a cafe there. So I don't know if that's a British thing, or maybe just I haven't been to all the libraries here, so I wouldn't know. But I like the idea of a cafe. For me, you know, when I was studying especially, it was so nice to go somewhere and study there for the whole day, and, you know, to have some food and whatever, so you don't have to worry about those things, basically. So yeah, I thought a cafe would be nice. If you come here with your Sims, you want them to have some sort of food or drink throughout the day, because, you know, you're not gonna travel to a library, wait through the loading screen just to spend an hour of your Sims time here, and then go back home with another loading screen, right? I don't like that. At least for me, if I travel in The Sims, it has to be for a good reason, and it has to be the whole day. Otherwise, I am way too lazy for that. Who travels? Either give me an open world or do not expect me to travel, you know? That's it. So here as well, I was wondering what bookcases to use, and I found some nice ones. The ones that were just there, those were CC ones. I will still make sure to link the pack that they come from down below for you guys, but I just used the I think base game. I feel like they might be base game, but don't quote me on that. I have no idea. So I just used them, and I think that they match the space well, because they look quite modern. They're open, so they don't look too heavy in the library, if that makes sense. So I like that. I think that worked well. But then I was thinking, what sort of system should we use, so your Sims know what type of books are in each sort of shelving unit. And I had sort of icons, also CC icons, that I used. I say icons, but they're sort of like lights, I guess. You guys will see it in a bit. So I used them, and I used the new half walls as well. I really like that they added a lot more sort of half wall options. I think that really helps. Platforms, I still can't figure out, guys. Now, I also said that I finished the downstairs. I didn't finish the modern extension part of the build, but I will count that as the outside area, and I'll do that tomorrow, guys. So but today it's only the interior of the downstairs that's finished and not the modern part. But having said that as well, I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm crapping my pants a little bit because I have no idea how to use the platforms, and everyone makes them look so easy. I just haven't been brave enough to try them out yet, so we will get there. But you know, I'm happy with the update that the Sims team has given us. I just don't understand why, and I'm just gonna rant for a second, but you know, we get so excited for these things because we are, I want to say, a really loyal fan base. You know, I think we are. I don't know. I think the Sims community has stuck through the shenanigans for a long time, and because we love the game. You know, I think a lot of people that play this game, like myself, have played it since they were little kids, and it holds a special place in their heart. So I feel like we're really patient, and I was so excited for this patch and the new pack, and I thought, yes, here we go, we're on the right direction now. But so many things came up with the update, you know, the game crashing for people, other unknown problems, and I just don't know what to say. I feel, you know, when you're just like, that's what I'm like right now. So let's wait and see. I think this week actually, or next week, they will put out another update to fix the previous update. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that will hopefully solve everything, and then we're gonna be happy dandy again, and we're gonna get on with our lives and have a ball playing The Sims. That's my only wish in life. No, but honestly, I think The Sims for me, especially this year, actually has been so crucial in my life, so important to me. Because I feel like it's just something that I relax with. You know, I come home after work, and of course sometimes I'm not really in the mood to play, but most of the time when I come home from work, I just can't wait, you know, to go into my PC and just have a little bit of me time and play The Sims. You know, it's just such an easy thing to do, and it's something that's very calming. So yeah, it's been really nice to have that this year, especially, I think, with everything that's going on. And yeah, I hope all of you guys are holding up well as well, and you know, sort of getting through all of the tough times. I think everyone's in that same boat at the moment. So there we go. That's my that's just my 2 cents about the whole situation. But yeah, I mean, either way, you know, I love the game, and I do wish, you know, a lot of people also wanted to see a little bit of competition for The Sims, and I do also wish that they would have competition. Sometimes that makes companies open their eyes a little bit and not take their fan base for granted. So, but we will see. I think, for me, I don't think anything can replace The Sims in general, but I think to have a little bit of competition is healthy. It is healthy, yeah, for sure. So yeah, now we are onto the cafe part of the library. It's just at the back of the library. So the way that I imagined it is the ground floor, because we have the reception, the book returns, the kids area. I imagined that the sort of stuff in the downstairs would be more like the books, you know, like the travel books that you get, or financial help, not actual like fiction and non-fiction kind of books. So that's sort of how I imagine the downstairs, and then I imagine that place to be a bit more social, so people would stay on the ground floor if they wanted to catch up with their friends as well, or they came here with their children and wanted to grab a drink with them, for example, or yeah, just enjoy the sort of outdoor area. So it's a bit more of a social place, Whereas the upstairs that we will work on tomorrow is going to be more of a studious place. So university students can come here, or kids to do their homework. Maybe, you know, I might make like a homework club and get them to meet up here, and just things like that. That's sort of how I envisioned the place to work, because I also had that in my university library. We had the downstairs, sort of the ground floor level, that was the more social level, let's say. You could actually talk to people there. And then the upstairs level was, can't remember what they called it, but it was like minimal sounds basically. And then the highest level was complete silence, so you would even have to have your phone off and things like that. So yeah, that's also something that was going through my mind with this. I do also use CC, of course, I already mentioned that, but if you guys want to find out a little bit more and maybe download it as well, I will leave all the links of my CC below. I always do, so that you guys, you know, if you see anything you like, you can just find it and download it into your game. If you are on console though, I'm very sorry, but actually a lot of the CC that I used is more aesthetics rather than gameplay or anything. Well, of course it's not gameplay, but how should I explain it? It's something that you can, of course, just replace, like the tables, the round tables. We have round tables in the game. What else? Oh, the icons. That's something that I would say is harder to replace, but a lot of people are very creative. I'm not that creative, I don't think. I mean, I see some of the other simmers sort of builds on YouTube and they're amazing. They inspire me so much, but I just think, oh wow, like that is insane. But yeah, so I think in general the sort of Sims community that we have is just amazing. I love getting inspiration. What I could do below as well, I'll link down some of my favorite sort of creators that I watch a lot, you know, for the Sims builds and just inspiration, and maybe you guys would like to check them out as well. So yeah, I'll make sure to do that as well. Actually, I love to find new people, you know, on YouTube to watch, so hopefully you guys would want to as well. But actually as well, I've been watching so much of Among Us, and you know, after a while you would think, oh, you know, everyone's gonna get sick and tired of watching Among Us. Here I am, you know, what has it been, 2 months, and I'm just like, give me more. I need more. I need more Among Us content. What is it about that game that is so addictive to watch and play? I don't know. I don't know. To be honest though, being an imposter stresses me out. I don't like to play as an imposter, but just being a crewmate and doing all that kind of stuff, it's just such a fun game. I don't know. It's a great game and I love to watch it as well. I know some people might be like, oh, it's everywhere, I'm sick and tired of it. And I get that. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. I mean, now all of my YouTube feed, like the homepage, is literally just Among Us. But at the same time, I can't help but like it as well. It's just a fun game. So I've been watching a lot of that at the moment. I also finished a really nice Netflix series actually. It is a Belgian, I think it's a Belgian series officially, but there's also a few actors from the Netherlands, which is how I sort of found out about it in the first place, and it just looked really cool. It interested me, so I wanted to give it a go, and I finished it, and it was a really great series. If you guys sort of like, I mean, to be honest, I would say it's probably a thriller, but it's not too intense, if that makes sense. It is very intense, like the last episode of the show is very intense, and that was really well done, of course, but the episodes before that, it's more psychological, but it's not a, is it a thriller? I guess it is, but it's really not too intense. I really enjoyed that. So if you guys want something that's a little bit different, has a good story to it, really interesting characters as well, great character development, then have a look at Undercover on Netflix. I don't know if all of the places have that, but at least, well, I had that on the Netflix in the Netherlands. So it would be worth to maybe have a look if you guys have it too, if you're into that kind of thing. So that was a really great show. I loved that, and now I feel a bit empty. You know when you finish like a really good Netflix series or something and you just think, what now? And before that I also finished Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which had I don't know how many seasons to it, and I was watching that like every day. I love to just have things on in the background. I'm that kind of person, like when I'm getting ready for work for the day, or I'm just, I don't know, doing the dishwasher, you know, or I'm just home alone, I need to have something on in the background. Otherwise, I don't know, I just feel like not alone. I really like being alone. I like having my own sort of recharge, yeah, to recharge my batteries, that kind of thing. But it's just, I like the background noise, you know, it kind of keeps me focused. And maybe that doesn't work for everyone, but for me, I need that. So yeah, I finished that as well. That was a pretty good show. I feel like I can't remember what season it was. There was one season of it that was a bit, you know, but of course you can't expect each season to be really, really good. You know, as good as all the other ones. So overall, it's a good watch, and it goes a little bit deeper than just what it sounds like, which is just a comedy, right? Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and it is, but it's also very intense, which I didn't expect. So I think that's why one of the seasons that was very intense, I was like, whoa, this is a lot to digest. So but yeah, it's not a bad series at all. And we're also watching Lucifer on Netflix. That's really popular right now. I haven't got into it that much. Like I am into it. I would want to watch a little bit more of it, but I don't know, something about it isn't working for me. And you guys know what it is sometimes, you know, when you watch shows like American shows and it just feels like they're all based in the same place with like the same hot people. Is that bad to say? I don't know. I just feel like it's that sort of LA. I don't even know if it's in LA. No, I think it's in New York. What am I saying? But you guys know what I mean. It's always so similar, and I don't know. I just sometimes I go on Netflix and I just like to watch these shows from different countries that maybe not as popular. Like I also finished A Baby on Netflix. That's an interesting show. Also a little bit more, it's not a thriller, but it is very sort of intense psychologically. But it was a Spanish series, and I just, you know, have the subtitles on, and but it was really, really well done. I love that series. Again, a lot of character depth, a lot of development. Yeah, you know, it just, you gotta get out of the break out of the norm sometimes, I guess, break out of the usual stuff. So I do like Lucifer, but I'm not getting into it yet, and maybe I will later. Maybe I will. So yeah, that's sort of what I've been watching. I'm just rambling on, but I mean, you guys can see what I'm doing on The Sims. It's not you know, rocket science to figure it out, and I left actually a lot of my furnishing in, so you guys can really see the lack of mental processes that went through. Even like things like this, I like to experiment, but then I just think, nope, it doesn't work, and why did I think it would work? I also found this like book thing. I think this was one of the like clan, I don't know what it's called anymore, but you can find lots of symbols for different things, so I thought let's use that. But then this whole area just looked really empty. So here I was experimenting with the wooden beams. That didn't work, so we changed it up a little bit, and I think it looks so much better. So yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. I think one of my favorite places from this whole downstairs area is still coming up. It's the sort of the conservatory, the greenhouse area, if you will. And what I wanted for this library is that, like I said, if your Sims come here, they're gonna spend the whole day here. So I wanted to create like a workshop area where they could do a bit of candle making, they could do flower arranging especially, they could play chess, they could paint. So I thought, you know what, we'll just do that. I feel like, again, Roman, the sim that owns this place, he's very artistic, he loves his flowers, and I feel like he might be the one to do some workshops, you know? I imagine it to be like a small group or even a one-to-one sort of workshop, that kind of thing. And I don't know, I like that idea. I think that fits Roman quite well. I did also add some cracks and spills and stuff in the library. It's a community lot, things like that would happen, so I thought it just made some sense. And here I'm making a little a little path for the kitties. I think that's just a bit of fun, and yeah, so it's coming along, guys. It's coming along. It's definitely going to be a longer build, and unfortunately not a lot of gameplay, of course, today and tomorrow probably, so that's a bit of a shame, but I hope you do enjoy the building videos as well. And now we're on to the conservatory, my favorite place. I was thinking about adding bookcases and seating areas in here, but in the end I thought, what's the point? For gameplay purposes, it's not gonna serve much for your Sims. So that's why I decided to do this sort of workshop area, which worked out pretty well. I'm happy with it. And it meant that I could keep a lot of plants that Roman had in here. He is such a plant guy, it's crazy. To the point where I just have to say, like, Roman, please, not right now. Sometimes I like Sims having the autonomy in the game, but at other times it's just a little bit too much as well, so we gotta, you know, tone it down a bit. But yeah, there's the workshop. It's on its way, and I mean, I love flowers. I just love flowers. So when I was making this, I went overboard with the different flowers and stuff, and just making it really cozy and just lovely to be in. I literally have only 2 real plants in real life that I'm sort of taking care of. And even that is sometimes a little bit too difficult for me, I won't lie. I am a terrible plant mom. Actually, when I got the flowers, I mean, you know, I love flowers, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be good at this. But now, like a year later almost, my partner, he is the real plant dad. Like, he waters the plants, but not just the watering of the plants, like he looks after the plants. Like, he waters them and then he looks at them and he's like, oh, like there's a new sprout, and oh, we should, you know, look out for this and this. And I just think it's so sweet because he is a plant dad for sure. And the thing is, he didn't even know this, you know, so when we got all the plants, I didn't expect that he would be so into it, and it's just great. So yeah, moral of the story is that even if you think you're a plant mom, your boyfriend's probably better than you, or your partner. They will still know more. Oh wow, yeah, there we go. So that's the story, guys. That's the story of me being a failed plant mom. But yeah, it's coming together. As you can see, it looks very busy in here, but that's just the way I like it. It looks nice. And I also added on this wall sort of like a little sign and a lot of the wreaths, and I thought, you know, it could be like a wreath making class instead of the flower arranging, because I heard that not a lot of people go to that, but it is quite popular sometimes to do the wreath making sort of classes. And yeah, I like how this turned out as well. I think it looks really, really cool. So yeah, in general, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the face cam as well, and that it's not too weird and awkward. I just tried to make it a little bit different, so let me know, guys. But I will probably do that for tomorrow as well, when we work on the upstairs and the outside. But what we're gonna do now actually is we're gonna go real time. We're gonna go to the build real time, and I'm gonna show you guys around the downstairs and show you what we've done so far, so you can see the final product of it. Okay guys, so here we are at the entrance of the library. Oh, we're flying a bit too high there. I added these banners because I want to do an opening party for when the library actually is finished, and then Roman and the whole family can come here and sort of celebrate and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be cool. So here is the entrance. Then we have little brochures for, you know, Sims to find out the local events and stuff. Over there is of course the kids area. We've got our little seating area with magazines here, and sort of a community board and hobbies and things like that. You know, parents can come here and find out about hobbies for their kids and other things, sort of hiring, whatever, that kind of business. And over here I imagine these two PCs not to be used for like working or studying, but more as a library catalog, so for books that are available, books that you owe, etc. So that's sort of what I imagined here. Then let's go over here where we have the sort of book returning trash chutes. But I thought it's quite nice because it has the little I don't know, like little display things, so you know, you could say like, oh, open, or oh, returned, whatever. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe for gameplay it's not the best, but we'll make it work. Over here there is the kids area. I left the walls white, and it's a little bit bright right now because I can't change the brightness of the lights, the cloud lights, but usually I'd make it a little bit less bright so it doesn't, you know, actually burn out your eyes when you look at the white walls. And of course just lots of different colors, and you know, makes it interesting for the little kiddies. And then over here we've got all of our different bookshelves, which I love. Like just going past this and seeing all the books and all different I don't know, I love this. It came out so well. We should also maybe add like a little plant or something here, I guess, but we can add those things later as well. And here we have a little cafe sign, and then here is the cafe. I wanted to go for a little bit of a darker look here, just to contrast, you know, with the normal very white and crisp library. So this sort of shelf here, well, I think it's actually a countertop that I'm using here, but your Sims will be able to just sit down, and I don't know, they can look out into this lovely little garden area that we have. And you know, it's sort of an interesting place to look out at, I hope, because you've got the sort of stairs going up. So this would be the perfect place to people watch, and if I went to a library I would definitely sit right here and people watch, because I just love to do that. So yeah, I would definitely get like a lovely pastry. Oh, this one, I feel like this has chocolate. I'm going for that one, guys. And a latte please, thank you. We're gonna roleplay now. So yeah, and this is the other side of the library. Again, more books, a little seating area as well, because why not? People like to sit, I know I do. And then through these beautiful, magnificent doors, we have our, oh, stop guys, look at the lighting. Okay, I know I sort of bashed The Sims a little bit, but what they do well in this game is lighting, because look at the patterns. Oh, floating lights. Ignore that. We're gonna change that. Don't worry. I hope I remember to. But yeah, we have this beautiful sort of greenhouse look. It would be so nice in here to just come in and chill out and do a little bit of flower arranging, and I don't know, just have an absolute ball. Also candle making, I've actually never used this in the game yet, which is just shameful. So that's a reminder to myself to use that as well. But yeah, nice space. I'll fix the floating lights. Let's ignore that and let's go. And then the very last bit, guys, is the sort of outdoor area. So this has an open roof. You can see all the way up, which is lovely. I love how open it looks here. And of course we'll add a few things in here as well, but you know, this is just, you can take your book and sit out here and literally just get some fresh air, but you still feel like you're inside the library. So that's sort of what I was going for. Lovely big tree here, a little bit of greenery, and the fountains, of course, so you can just imagine how serene this would sort of feel in here. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So, yes, I think that's the majority of it. Of course, there are some toilets as well down that way, which you guys saw the entrance to, but you know, we don't need to see that. It's just a toilet. So I think that's the sort of completed downstairs tour. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very happy with how it's come out so far. Still a lot to do. I didn't expect this build to take as long as it has, but I'm enjoying it and I hope you guys are as well. So I'm gonna leave it here, everyone, but I will see you again tomorrow, where we're going to build the upstairs, well, furnish the upstairs and the outdoors as well. And yeah, we're gonna have a great time. So bring a cup of coffee, bring a tea with you tomorrow, and I'll see you again on here for the next part. Bye bye, everyone.